What if I told you the way it has always been done is not the best way? Facing your fears will change your life. The passion behind this journey is merging two separate worlds into one with the goal of creating value and awareness for a better life.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode is brought to you by R&R Pipeline, an infrastructure company. Our purpose? Enhancing America's infrastructure with a safety-driven, integrity-led culture that provides an environment for team members to grow and thrive. Are you good enough? How do you know if you're good enough? Are you not good enough? How do you know if you're not good enough? Whenever thinking about what is good enough is a perfectionist ideal of some sort. But understanding that when wanting to know if you have imposter syndrome or if you're actually competent at something, good enough is more than just the eyeball test. There has to be something that backs it up. So if you want to say, I'm not a good bench presser or I am a good bench presser, what is the scale of good enough or what is the scale of good? So is it 300 pounds? Can you bench 300 pounds? Yes or no? Good enough is a reality check. It's not a feeling. And a fact is information minus emotion. So when thinking of good enough, how do you look at it from a factual standpoint to understand if you are good enough or not good enough? An opinion is not going to ultimately tell you if you are good enough at the thing, because opinions are not a matter of fact, but a matter of just that opinion. Based on circumstance, environment, life experiences, everybody has a different viewpoint. An opinion is information plus experience. So what you form as in an opinion is the logic that you think or that you know, plus your experience in life that gives you this opinion. So it's not a matter of fact, but it is anecdotal to your personal journey. And then there's ignorance. Ignorance is a opinion lacking any information. This is the irrational person who thinks this is right without any logic to back it up, no data to confirm or deny the actual reality of it. Ignorance is normally doubled down on, and multiple times when in a conversation with someone and ignorance is at the forefront, you're best just to walk away from the conversation. You're not going to outdo. You're not going to win a battle. You are not going to win this conversation over if the other person is ignorant and stupid. Ultimately, stupid to me is ignorance. Ignoring the fact, the reality, based on an opinion that you are not willing to let go of the fact of it. You're not willing to face that you're wrong. We often need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And ultimately, what we feel like at certain times is nothing more than just that. It's a feeling. And it's not driven on logic. It is driven on time frame, environment, mental state, but good enough. It is a reality check. So if you say you're not good enough at something, why are you saying that? Is it imposter syndrome? Well, have you accomplished it? Yes or no? If you have, you are good enough. That's a matter of fact. If you say, I'm not good enough to get this thing and you don't have it, you're probably right. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. You just desire to have it, but don't yet deserve it. Get back to work, go to the drawing board. Good enough is a reality check. How can you measure good enough? Find out how to measure good enough, and you'll know if you are, in fact, good enough.